Right, I've just done the experiment, but I'd just like to see this before you watch it. I clean that easypod 3 times a week. I purge it at least twice a week off the bottom drain. It was last purged and cleaned on Saturday, and it is now Monday. So this is what's built up in about 48 hours. So yeah, I think what you're about to see will shock a lot of people, and it will answer potentially a lot of questions on a lot of the current bacterial issues that are going on. For me, and I've never actually run this experiment before. I've just noticed how much comes out of the purge line when I have purged it after doing my easypod cleans and that. Bear in mind, when I boil my easypod, I shut the slide valve so nothing can go back down into that line. And that's literally what's just coming out of the bottom drain and through the pipework that's basically sat festering in there. For me, what you're about to see is absolutely conclusive in my mind. So you can make your own judgment. For me, I will never not fit a purge valve after actually doing this experiment and actually seeing it and seeing what came out. I'll never ever not fit a purge on a bottom drain ever. But have a look, leave me a comment below, tell me what you think. Morning campers. Right, a lot of discussion on purge valves and how you can purge your lines into your easypod or your nexus. So I thought I'd do a little experiment. I've just been cleaning the easypod out on the fry tank this morning. It's had its 3 boils, so there should have been plenty of water going through the 2-inch bottom drain to purge that line through. I'm going to make this as fair as I can, so I've pulled the slide valve, cleared anything out of the pipe that might have settled down on the last boil. So I'm going to flip you around and show you what we're going to do. So as you can see, the easypod is pretty much as clean as easypods get. And what I'm going to do, I don't know if it will show on camera, if I can get it to zoom on that bit, I'm going to pull the slide valve and I'm going to do what most people do to purge their pod. Now you can see there's quite a lot of crud coming out there. So looking at that you think, nah, that's purged quite nicely. Now this is obviously running on gravity. I've topped the fry tank back up so that it's got the maximum amount of pressure when I do the easypod. And what I'm going to do is just let that fill up, and then once it's full I'm going to open the drain valve and I'm going to put a mesh bag over it, and we're going to see what it pulls out. Then I'm going to go down to my purge valve and I'm going to purge it through the 2-inch ball valve, and we'll see what else comes out. And to be fair, I'm going to open that for half a second first, because there will be a little bit of crud caught behind the ball valve. But that's the easypod now filled for what, the 3rd or 4th time this morning. So now we'll get a good idea of what comes out. So I'm just going to go and drain it into a mesh bag and then I'll show you the result. So as you can see, easypod is drained. I've given it a rinse out to make sure all the bits out the bottom came out, and this is what we got out. So you would think not a bad result from a purge. Let's go and do the same on the purge valve. Okay, so we've got water everywhere now because usually it's piped away. Here's the purge valve. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to, well, I think you see the amount that came out then, but that's basically just to clear what's behind the ball valve. And I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to put a mesh bag over, open the valve, and I'm going to let it run for about 5 or 10 seconds, and we'll see what comes out of here. Obviously I can't do this one-handed, so I'll snap back to you in a minute. Right guys, so I think this is pretty conclusive. I obviously cleared the bulk of the muck from behind the valve. That's just run for 10 seconds. Now that's on a 2-inch line. If you're running a 4-inch line, then there's going to be far more sediment. But that's 10 seconds. Dave at Eden Koi Pond, you're going to be so proud that I'm using these mesh bags. So, full easypod after 3 or 4 refills. Purge valve, 10 seconds. The difference is absolutely stark, and that is why I say you can't purge a 4-inch line into an easypod, or a nexus for that matter. There is not enough water flow, there is not enough velocity to sweep your pipe, because the inlet of the nexus and the easypod is that much higher. You don't get the velocity of flow to sweep your line. 4 easypod cleans, well 3 boils, so 3 refills, and you'd look at that coming out and you think, yeah, that's purged it, and then through an actual purge valve. I will not take the argument that purge valves don't work and are not necessary. That is exactly why you need a purge valve.